Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you're listening from. It's your boy Rick Rob, and I'm here to bring it to you once again. It's the 10 Cents Podcast crew, and this is episode number 54. What it is, though. Hey, man, so glad and so blessed to be here. I'm out on location in sunny San Diego. Well, it's not sunny, but I'm out here in San Diego just chilling, vibing. So if y'all hear a little waterfall in the background, just know I'm near some water, man. Y'all need to level up. Anyways, hey, good morning. Let's talk to my folks. Let's see who we got today. My man, Brian, how you living?
Doing good, man. Just working, chilling. Got to hang with Mick last night for a little bit. And yeah, let's go.
Well, that sounds exhilarating. All right, bring some more energy. How you living today, sir?
I don't have much more energy, but you got Mick from the 10 Cents Click. Babe Ruth said it best: "Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Let's play ball."
Nice.
I can't put the two of y'all together on a Saturday night because y'all come in Sunday, boy. All right. Hey, Renee.
Hey, I'm here.
Which, by the way, before we get hold on. Let me finish introducing you, okay, Renee? Shout out to Renee, who also got lit last night. Why? Because he wanted to celebrate his birthday, which is on Monday. Shout out to you, fam. Okay, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, even though I did get lit. I feel good. I'm feeling pugnacious. Shout out to Jamal for that word. I'm about to get on these guys today. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. I love the exuberation. I don't know if I even used that one right. I tried it. All right. Let's see here. My man Luda, how you living, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Don't ever put these hungover motherfuckers in front of me, sir. Lagging ass fools. Wake up. It's time to go. 54. Luda with the crew, because this is how we do when we do what we do. Let's get it.
For sure. And my man Backseat Bobby, how you living?
I'm feeling great. You know what I'm saying? I had the second shot, the vaccine. Was a little down yesterday, but I'm feeling a little energized today. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it cracking.
Yeah.
This is the most awake that. Rob's been on a show in a while.
Vaccine Bobby. We should call him
Rob.
Vaccine Bobby. Let's call him Vaccine Bobby.
Hey, Vaccine Bobby.
Oh, shit.
He went in with 3 legs. He came out with 4. All right, now. All right, yo. So let's go ahead and get into this. It's first quarter time. You know what it is, man. We jumping straight into the NBA. A lot of things happening here. A lot of good things happening. Lakers can figure out whether we're in this or not. I know last week was a little down on us. We got LeBron back. We got the Brow back. We got Schroeder back. We looked all right. We looked all right. We got a big game today. A lot of potential scenarios. Let me just go ahead real quick and run them down. Okay. So for today, the Lakers have an option or they could potentially get the 6th seed, which is currently inhabited by Portland, with a win and a loss by Portland. Portland goes ahead and clinches that with a win. Very simple and plain. And Lakers are stuck at 7th in the play-in spot, right? We've got Phoenix, who clinches the best record in the West with a win and a loss by Utah. We've got Utah, who obviously clinches the best record in the West with a win and a loss by Phoenix. Then we've got the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors battling today for seeding, potentially. The winner gets 8, faces the Lakers if they stay in that spot, or faces number 7, and then the loser goes down to 9. What do you guys see happening?
I don't see Utah losing. They're playing against Sacramento.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I see them winning and holding on to their spot. So that Denver-Portland game is the key thing. Denver-Portland tonight, same time as Lakers, Pelicans. So that's the key one right there. That determines whether or not we're the 6th seed playing against Denver or we're in the play-in game.
Let me ask you guys this. Does it even matter now what seed we come in? I mean, do you guys feel like we're going to make it?
It does. I'd rather play Phoenix.
There's matchups. What about the Clippers? Are they locked in it? Are they at 4th or 3rd? Because that's going to tell.
They're at 4th.
So they're locked in at the 4?
Yeah, and Denver's locked in at 3rd.
Okay.
So I think Portland's going to win too. I'll be surprised if Denver even plays like a lot of their starters for a long time.
Actually, if Denver lost today, the Clippers would take over the 3rd seed.
Have the tiebreaker,
right?
Well, they have the same record right now, so they're tied right now. So whoever
they're tied right now, Clippers still have a game to play as well.
Right.
No,
So if
that's
Denver
what I'm
loses
saying.
and the Clippers
If Denver
win, they'll be-
loses, and the
Clippers will be the
Clippers win.
three.
Oh, okay.
Clippers move up.
Well, maybe they will play. I thought maybe they would just like sit their players and whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's jockeying on both sides between the Lakers and whoever finishes in the three, because I don't think Denver or the Clippers want the Lakers, and the Lakers I don't think want the Clippers in the first round. So I think the Lakers stay 7, go in the play-in, and then get what do you mean, Phoenix at 2, depending on what
He
the
already sent a text this morning. I'm on my way.
Oh, really? He's on his way?
No, it's at 10 o'clock.
That's how you negotiate a
Yo,
podcast
how did
and a
all right?
household.
How did he unmute his conversation and then mute when he's supposed to talk to us?
Hey, don't worry about it, folks. We're only on episode 54. We'll
Hey,
figure it out
yeah,
someday.
Let's do it live. We're doing it live.
Hey, welcome to the
My
podcast
bad.
game, y'all. Welcome to the podcast game. It's
So
all
get my
good,
drink
man.
right.
It's
You
all
know what I'm
good.
saying? My little
Hey.
Lexus.
That's important.
Hey, can we? Hey, I guess collectively tell Nikki what's up. The 10 Cents Podcast crew and our listeners say good morning now. We all here. All right, y'all. So let's talk about the East. I mean, I think the East is pretty much locked in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just who's 8, 9.
Yeah,
and 10,
Chicago's
pretty much.
eliminated. Yeah,
Yeah, it's 8, 9, or 10.
which
You know who falls where, and the only other one that's sort of up in the air is the Knicks and Hawks. They're both 40 and 31. So I didn't
Well,
see who they
that's-
were playing, but
That's a no-brainer. It's going to be Philadelphia and Brooklyn
Nick's,
in the final.
Nick's got Boston and Atlanta's got Houston. So those two teams could switch.
Likely Atlanta's gonna win for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right. That's right. Y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
All
you
right,
didn't
so
say it.
let's
And, you know,
so
matter
let's
of fact, I'll be right
do
back.
this. Yeah, do your thing.
Don't get that dirty,
Um,
nasty old Dominique jersey.
Is that what he's doing right now?
I think so. I think so.
I got 5 on it that says he comes out with a Mookie Blaylock, you know what I'm saying, or a Spud Webb. Like he didn't. He's got something else, and it's not even the real one.
Kevin
like the
Willis.
tags is backwards.
Yeah.
Kevin
his
Willis, yeah, yeah. The name is instead of WILLIS, it's just WILS. He's missing it's missing letters. All right, but anyways, let's get back to it. Let's talk this playoff picture, okay? So quick predictions, all right. Playing games. Who do we see ultimately winning in each conference? Do we see Lakers going forward no matter what, if they're in the play-on or not? And then maybe like a Golden State? What do you guys think?
that are making the full on the top 8.
Yeah. How are these play-ins gonna? Who do we see the field? Once the field is set, what do we see it looking like?
I see Lakers and Warriors there. Right
Lakers
now.
and Warriors.
That's what I see.
Right.
I'll be surprised if
Interesting.
the Grizzlies could be.
Yeah, I was gonna say if some way somehow the Lakers and Trailblazers swap, I still see, it's either Lakers, Blazers, and Warriors.
So all I'm saying, if Ja Morant is a top 5 point guard, he better prove it to get into the playoffs. They better win. They better win. They're playing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
If you
we'll
top
see.
5,
I will say I watched the past 3 or 4 Warriors games, and those guys. It's funny when Draymond said that they're not the we believe team. They got Steph Curry. Well, I don't think he told that to the rest of his team because they've got the other guys playing extremely tough. It's not pretty at all, but it's tough, and I think that is going to really be the ultimate deciding factor when it gets down to it. Now is the time for your others to step up. What about in the East? Who do you guys think is going to end up? Do you see Charlotte?
But yeah, I see
Who-
Charlotte and Wizards making it. I think Boston's going to get
Charlotte and
bounced.
Wizards?
No, I
Boston
don't.
is
I
gonna
think
get it.
Boston getting in. There's no way they fall all the way out of the playoff spot. I could be wrong, but like I said, Boston's gritty when they need to be gritty, so they're going to do what it takes to get in that 8th spot. Or if they're in the play-in piece, they're going to win their play-in games to be either the 8th or 7th seed.
Well, they're 7th right now,
But it's okay.
and they've got it locked. So
Oh,
Okay,
I
so they're
I
in.
think the East is fully locked in, like with the play-in seats, right?
Yeah.
Those 4 teams are.
Yes.
it's just all 3 depending on what happens today. One could
Yeah.
drop from 8 down to 10, and vice.
Right.
Right.
But they're all like in the play-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all locked
Right.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this real quick, and then we'll move on to updated season award predictions. If Boston was to go one and well, I guess in this case, since they're the 7, they would have to go 2 and done, right? They would have to lose both of their games. They would have to lose a 7-8 game. Well, no, I lie. Actually, I'm sorry. They would only get one because if you're 7,
No, they have to lose 2 games.
7 you
You have
do
to
play
lose 2 games.
Yeah, 7 you play 7
and
8.
eight
They would lose a
7 and 8 get 2
and
games.
then yeah. You're right. Man, I'm really trying to get this down. Okay, so let's say they lose both their games and they're out.
Yep.
Is Brad Stevens out? Are they talking about trading to Kemba Walker? Like what happens in Boston?
Brad
And I feel like
Stevens walks
that,
to
I'm bringing
Indiana.
Boston up specifically because I feel like, Indiana. Talk to me about that. I hadn't heard.
Brad, he's got
What's
a
happening?
contract on the table, 7 years, $70 million at Indiana University. They're just waiting to see what's happening. That's on the table, ready to go. If they get bounced, I'm Brad Stevens. I'm going on campus for however long. He's still young, can still come back in the NBA because he's got pedigree. So if they get bounced, I think Stevens goes to IU.
Just
I think so. Okay.
As part of the
All
play-in,
right, well-
Germ, you're saying, or Mick, you're saying that during, like, if they get bounced during just the play-in section, or if they somehow make a run in the, at least in the first round,
No,
or are you
yeah,
just saying
I
when
say
they're done, they're
if the Celtics do not make the playoffs this year, I think Brad Stevens leaves. If they get into the playoffs and they make some noise, if they get in the first round and get swept,
Mhm.
same thing. I think he leaves. If he sees that there's some fight in that team, I think he'll stay. But if you're Brad Stevens, you have such a great situation either
Right.
way, and the guy can't lose.
I mean, can they find a better coach than Brad Stevens right now?
Sure, there are. Look,
Who?
Boston?
Quinn Snyder's
Boston?
gonna be a good quarterback.
Yeah,
or
like
coach.
is there a better
Oh,
coach than
but-
Brad Stevens out there right now?
There's probably some assistants that are the next up and comers.
right.
Right.
I mean,
So we'll say no
They
at
all
this
get it.
moment, right?
well, yeah, but I mean,
I don't know.
ultimately, I
I'll
think
figure
it
it
might
out.
be. I don't think it'd be Boston bouncing him. It'd be Brad Stevens, I think, right? Making the
Choosing the lead.
decision. Is that what you're thinking, Mick?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. And Jay Kidd's out there. He's as good a coach as Brad Stevens, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sam Cassell's
Actually, that's
out
a
there
good
as well.
point. Jay
Sam
Kidd
Cassell.
is out there. He wanted that. Sam Cassell, yeah. There are
definitely are
lots of
some guys.
options.
You think they can ever bring Phil Jackson out of retirement?
Nah, he's done, dude.
He's
Oh,
done.
You
No,
would
Phil's
you
on the-
would
Phil's on the
you
beach.
wouldn't want him?
No,
You
he's
wouldn't
done.
want-
Like he's not.
No,
coming.
like, you just-
No,
yeah.
but if he would come back, would any team take him?
Oh.
Nah, probably not.
I don't know if they
Perhaps,
would right
yeah.
now, but I think it'd have to be a team that's on the cusp.
I don't know
Right.
if the triangle works in this NBA, but I could be wrong.
He made it work.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, let's keep it pushing. Let's go on. Let's talk. We've talked a lot about season award predictions and things of that nature. Let's get some final thoughts. Okay. We're going into the final game of the season. Let's just run it. Let's run the gambit real quick. Who's your defensive player of the year? Lots of conversation about that.
Simmons.
Who do you guys who?
I think Ben Simmons.
Okay.
I agree with.
Everybody on board with
Renee.
Ben Simmons?
I agree.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's
looked.
either him or it's Gobert again.
You think so?
I wouldn't
All
know.
right, what
man.
do you
I
think
haven't
about the
watched too
argument?
much. I'm thinking maybe Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin? Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys think about the, a lot of people are sort of campaigning for themselves, and Drew Holiday had mentioned this week that he thinks he is the guy every year, which it's really hard. ESPN was running some numbers on him. I mean, it's hard to argue that he doesn't even belong in the conversation.
He locks up. He has great defense.
And he had a really dope break.
Well, here's the issue with that too, and it's the issue we always have. Like, what are we using as the metrics to determine that? Like, because if you say Drew Holiday, his block shots aren't going to be where Rudy Gobert's are. Defensive
Right.
rebounds may not be where Rudy's is or Ben Simmons. Steals, then I don't think you can judge like Embiid or Gobert on steals. So it's kind of like, it's really hard to pin it down. But I personally would take a rim protector because I think that's the most telling sign of a defensive player of the year, because you're the last line of defense and it's your job to clean stuff up. So
What
I
if
would
you're a
lean
6'10"
towards
point guard that can guard every position.
he can't guard the 5. He can't guard the 4. I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm
You don't
saying he
think Ben
can't guard
Simmons
the
can
4 or
guard the
5.
five?
Who?
Ben Simmons?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Drew Holiday.
No, Ben Simmons is 6'10". That's
Okay.
what I said. He might.
Yeah,
be.
but he's a little soft down there. But he's a little
Yeah, I
soft
hear you.
down there.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. No, Drew Holiday.
Pause.
I thought you said Drew Holiday.
Yeah, he's small.
What's the pause?
A little soft down there.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Hilarious.
What's going on today, man?
I think that COVID shot went to. He's getting meningitis or something. I'm not sure.
vaginitis.
And with that, we're going to keep this moving.
Okay.
All right.
Does anybody
Okay,
have block shot
so
stats on
it
Ben
sounds
Simmons?
like the consensus is either block shot stats. No,
Does
we
anybody
can
have block
find
shot
that, though.
stats on Ben
I
Simmons?
haven't brought it up. I haven't
All right.
looked it up.
No.
Keep
No,
moving.
but put somebody. I'm gonna put somebody else on that. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Somebody check that out for me.
I got it.
Let's talk sixth man of the year. Who you got for sixth man of the year?
Jordan Clarkson. From last time I paid attention to Utah,
He-
he looked like the best one.
That's the hard one.
I'm gonna say Kuzma.
I saw that his teammate actually is Engel.
Ooh.
Eagles might get it right. Or they're talking about him.
Uh-oh.
Brian, take over.
I think we lost. I think we
I-
lost Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His phone is a hotspot, a double hotspot.
So just to keep it moving, what do you guys think of?
I think you're right. You're right, Jordan Clarkson. I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head who's been as good of a six man as Jordan Clarkson. And
Yeah, I agree. I would have said Clarkson too. The only other person that I would have considered until he had several injuries was Schroeder.
Actually, Bobby
Schroeder.
says
No, but he was not
Jamal
6 man. He's our
Crawford.
starting point guard.
he's the
Say that again,
they
Rob?
should name the trophy after him.
Backseat Bobby's. I'm thinking Jamal Crawford. That's from the backseat though.
Who hasn't played all season?
Yeah.
Hasn't played in 2 years.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in the backseat though. You know what I'm saying?
We're about to call you Trunk Bob.
He's like anything for the Hawks, baby. Anything for Atlanta Hawks. Yeah.
All right. I don't know what Rick was planning on next, but let's go with rookie of the year.
LaMelo, I think, man.
Yeah, of course, LaMelo.
Yeah.
LaMelo's
my
gonna get
boy
it.
Edwards.
I was going to say to me, it's either LaMelo or Anthony Edwards, but
No,
I mean,
LaMelo.
has Edwards been as consistent as LaMelo has all year?
I
That's
just
the
feel
thing.
like one impacted
Well-
his team to make the playoffs. The other one didn't.
Yep. Thank
Well,
you.
when's the last time Minnesota made the playoffs? They don't have anything
I
there.
don't know, like 2 years ago or 3 years
15
ago.
15 years ago.
They've only made it one
I would-
time in the last
I-
17 years.
I would say that Minnesota probably has more there than the Hornets did.
No.
I
They
believe
have-
they
they have
made
Carl
it.
Anthony
Yeah, I would
Towns.
agree with that.
What did
Huh?
you say?
No way. They have Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Minnesota
Russell.
does.
Yeah,
Who
that's
does
it.
who does the Hornets
They have
have?
Gordon Hayward. They have a couple guys that play wing defense. They have more players that'll come in and contribute than Minnesota does.
I was going to say Minnesota's like Renee said, they got Russell,
I
right?
think he was out for
D'Angelo
most of the
Yeah,
Russell.
but
He's
he
been
hasn't
out
even been there.
most of the time too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Cat was out a lot this season.
Yeah.
That's even more reason why Anthony Edwards should have took him more victories. How about that?
Right.
More
He's
opportunities.
Rick,
one
you
man,
back?
Can't do everything. He's a rookie.
Okay.
I hope so. I was hearing you guys the entire time, and you couldn't hear me.
Yeah. You keep
No?
freezing. But I'm going to assume last one would be coach of the year.
Doc Rivers.
I want to
Quinn
say
Snyder.
Atlanta's. I don't know. Was that Atlanta's coach?
Utah.
No, Quinn Snyder's Utah's coach.
Oh, actually, I take that back. I think it's gonna be Phoenix.
I-
Phoenix coach gets it.
Monty
That's,
Williams?
Monty Williams. Yeah. Not. I think it boils down to either Monty or Quinn, just because of the records. You know, did
It'll be
any of
Monty
us see?
Quinn
We'll
or
see.
it'll be Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, I just no one saw Utah and Phoenix, especially Phoenix, being where they're at right now. I don't think.
I
So,
did. Chris Paul's there.
so you saw them as
Yeah, I would say don't-
second place
I don't.
in the
I don't.
West.
I don't think.
I
I
saw them
don't think
doing
nobody
very-
saw them.
I saw them doing very well in the West. Okay, and look where they're at. sir.
Yeah,
CP, Number 3.
Yeah, you got to understand. Last year in the bubble, I mean, I understand it's the bubble, but last year when they got a chance to do their thing, where'd they go? They went like 10-1, 11-1, something like that. They won quite a few games, but the point is that they are undefeated. Yeah, undefeated. Yeah, the point is they had showed a lot of promise, and then getting a piece like basically replacing Ricky Rubio with Chris Paul was major key. So I mean, yeah, did I see them in 1 or 2? No, but did I see them comfortably in playoff position and much better than last year? Yes. So the fact that they did what is expected and then exceeded that, yeah, I think Monty Williams has got to be the guy. But yeah, you still can't discount what Thibodeau's done. That good. You talk about surprises, and it's hard, not to say Quinn Snyder doesn't deserve to be there, but his team is always
right.
All right. Well, it sounds like you guys can hear me again, which is good. Hopefully, it stays that way. I once again, I can only control so much. Internet connection, unfortunately, isn't one of them. Last debate was, I'll ask before we move on. MVP. Did you guys get to that? Who's your MVP?
Okay.
We talked about it. Who's your MVP?
Gonna be Jokic.
We said
Joker.
It's hard to argue that.
It's gonna be Embiid. It's gonna be Embiid.
Oh, it's gonna be Embiid. You say?
Yep, Embiid out the heezy.
Easy.
Do you have any particular reason as to why Embiid over Joker?
Just a better player, better offensive rebounder, defensive rebounder. Joker may be a better scorer, more scorer, but it's going to be Embiid. Why are you trying to test me and you're not testing the rest of these fools?
Because
Okay.
you're the only one who said Embiid over Joker.
Okay. Well, whatever.
I mean,
Well,
it's not a
okay.
bad pick.
Well, tell me the reason why Joker or your specifics
I
or
think
linguistics.
Embiid is not a
whatever.
bad pick. It's a good pick. Like he's
Thank
probably,
you.
It's probably
Thank you.
between them two, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
And-
motherfucker.
It should be
know.
between those two. Yeah, it should be.
And like Embiid probably does deserve it. I think if anything, it might just because he missed games more than Joker. But I mean, to be honest, Sixers do have a better record, right? They have the best record in the league.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, they
Who
do.
no,
They don't have the best record in the league.
I don't
Utah
believe
does.
so.
I'm sorry, Utah does, right?
Yeah. Utah and even Phoenix have better records than Philadelphia.
They got the
Oh,
best
okay.
record.
Well, there we go. We are way off.
They got the best record in the East.
Yeah. So,
Either way, you can't argue for either one.
It's between those two.
yeah, I won't be mad if
My-
either one gets it. Like I'll just be okay.
Right. But I think
Right.
what Luda was alluding to a little bit was the fact that I do think Embiid is the better defensive player
Thank you, Brian.
overall.
Yeah, Embiid is a better player. I just think, we'll get to obviously discussing more of what makes somebody a certain designation. In this case, I think we're discussing Hall of Fame this week. But I just think when you talk MVP, what player, when you remove them from that, that piece, they're out.
Mhm.
What really stops the flow of that team the most? And I'll be honest with you guys, I think I argued on here that Joker wasn't the guy. But then I paid attention, right? With Jamal Murray going down, you take Jokic out of that team is going nowhere. And Michael Carter, he's going to try his best to give you 30 or 40 and just will that team. But
Right.
the fluidity, the way that team moves, Joker is that dude. It's not just about the things that he's supposed to do at his position with the rebounding and whatnot. That dude is a point guard as well. He keeps everything moving. You know what I'm saying? He's like Draymond Green 2.3.0. You know what I mean?
No,
Mhm.
he's like
He's-
Arvydas Sabonis 2.0.
Arvydas Sabonis. Yeah, he's a motor. You know what I mean? And so this year, I get it. It's not the sexy pick, but I think that Jokic is the right pick.
So he likes kicking people in the balls too.
I have no idea what you're getting.
Using
Well,
those
Draymond,
parameters,
He
Rich.
said he was
Yeah,
Draymond 2.0.
Draymond, yeah, that motherfucker likes
Oh,
kicking
the
people.
Draymond. Yeah.
See,
That's-
using those
yep.
parameters, Rick, I think you've painted that picture pretty clearly for me because I agree. You take Jokic out. If you take Embiid out, Ben Simmons still is the man that he's the engine and he gets everybody
Yeah.
involved. So they'll be good. They won't be as good. But you take Jokic out and they're a lottery team right now without having Jamal Murray.
Yeah, and that's no knock to Embiid. Embiid has been dominant this year. You know what I mean? Like, I seen Embiid get in there, and I was like, "Who's stopping Embiid?" You know what I mean? Like,
Nobody.
there's nobody stopping Embiid. But at the end of the day,
I'm just asking.
I think Giannis always has a case, but here goes his case. His case is it deserves to be in the top 10, not the top 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Giannis in the mix? Of course, yeah, of course. He's done some really phenomenal things, but no, I think the media too is tired of giving Giannis the MVP nod, and then his team not going far enough. Giannis, in order for Giannis to get back in that 1 and 2, they got to see the Bucks do more. They've given it to him twice. You know, they've anointed him. So yeah, he's had his opportunity. All right, Kings. Let's go ahead and move forward to the NFL real quick. All right. I know we love the NFL. The schedule came out this week. Well, yeah, the schedule came out, and there's a lot of intriguing stuff. Okay, Rams house. I'm not gonna lie. After looking at y'all schedule, I see y'all being 2-15 or 16 or 17, however many.
Please, motherfucker, please.
Oh my God. Let's talk intriguing matchups. What have you guys seen so far that you're intrigued to see?
From the whole
Detroit and the Rams. Detroit and Rams, baby.
No one cares about that.
Are you
game.
gonna be
no one
mad
cares.
if Goff comes back and just eats your lunch? Are you gonna be
I
mad?
wasn't the one that agreed to this trade, so I would be a little bit upset, but I'm still rooting for my team. But I'd be pissed that they didn't
Are
stay
you
with
rooting
the
for Goff
guy.
to do well too?
I wouldn't mind seeing the guy. I don't wish him bad, but I don't wish him good against the Rams either.
Oh,
So
okay. That's different.
does that make
See, I'm saying when they play,
does that make sense?
it does.
Well-
When they play, I'm wondering if you're like, I want the Rams to win, but I want Goff to
No,
do well
well,
as well.
I'm kind of hoping Aaron Donald just blows up and fucking just has about 10 sacks in the first game against him.
Okay.
I'll just say this: NFL knows what they're doing when they put their schedule together. I mean,
I
the
agree.
first week is just
Like
crazy.
rivalry
I mean,
week and shit.
Thursday night it's Cowboys versus Bucks. I mean, you got Rick, your squad goes up against Rob's and I guess maybe KD's
Yep.
squad.
Yeah, we gonna make
Philly
make
at
some wings
Atlanta.
out y'all. We're gonna make some wings out
We
y'all.
still got
I mean-
to do a background check for KD. Sorry.
and then you got like coaches Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Bills. I mean, that's opening weekend. This is
but
Yeah.
I
you
don't
know.
think Pittsburgh's gonna be that good this year.
Well, and then you got Browns versus Chiefs opening weekend. You got Miami, New England opening weekend. Bears, Rams. I mean, and then what is it?
Bears,
Ravens,
isn't a
Ravens,
good
Raiders
game.
on Monday night. I mean, that's a hell of a first weekend.
You
Yeah,
think
Bears,
Yeah,
Rams,
they've-
Sunday
they-
night.
good game.
They definitely cater to the storylines. That's for
Well,
sure.
The only thing that you have sort of going for you with Bears, Rams, right, is the chance
Justin
that
Fields.
Justin Fields. There, I mean, there is that chance. You know, I mean, I think
yeah.
that they
Well,
probably
I
go
think-
with
I think-
Dalton
I think there's
first,
an
but they'll see what happens.
I think there's an additional thing there because your quarterback, Luda Stafford, he should know the Rams very intimately. So, you know, how well does he cook? You know, there's a lot of different.
I don't think he's a homosexual, sir. But real
What?
quick, another game that I'm
You said
looking
they should
forward
know the
to.
Rams intimately.
Another game that I'm
Okay.
looking forward to is the Jaguar game against the Rams. I'd love to see the Rams just welcome Mr. Lawrence Taylor
Yes.
into the
Lawrence.
motherfucking NFL. Yeah.
Did you say Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah, he said. He said Lawrence Taylor.
Or
Well,
or
I'm about to get
Trevor
on
Lawrence
now.
or whatever, man.
Yeah, my pugnacious is going way up. Right
Man,
now.
fuck you.
Well, here's the thing too, and then so Rick, you go back to back, like literally, your squad plays Rob and maybe KD if he clears his background check, and then
You're gonna
you get Renee the folling week.
Oh, we're gonna push that.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the Niners the
Sure.
following week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna
Those
push
getting
this shit in.
pushed in second week.
Not gonna lie to you guys. I looked at my schedule and I said optimistically, I'm counting
4
6
wins.
wins.
One win.
Hey,
One
don't
win.
look at it, puppet. Don't look at it, puppet. Don't look at it, puppet.
Rick, I know like back in the day, you used to print out your schedule and you would go down and put your W, your L's all the
Yeah.
way down.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
did you do that?
I stopped
already?
doing that.
You stopped
No,
doing that.
I've
Okay.
stopped. I've stopped doing that. I no longer. I just look. I have certain things highlighted. I've highlighted other people's teams games.
I am looking to.
I'm
You
just-
should do
looking forward
that
to seeing
again.
Patriots and Bucks. That's gonna be a good game.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Patriots
what's that, week
Buccaneers
4?
game?
Yeah, week 4.
Yeah,
Back
I
at the
think that's week
Patriots
4.
too. It's in New England, so it should be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Right.
No, Brady's
that
going
should.
in
I
back.
think the Patriots are gonna be something special this year too. So So that might be a
Maybe
Super Bowl
something special with
preview.
Cam?
How funny would that be?
Well, and then
Cam's back?
Hold on. We can't let him off the hook. Why are they going to be special this year?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Because one, I believe in Belichick. I believe that he will find a way. And then
You
I
got
think that
a lot of players coming back who didn't
they
participate.
got a lot of
in
players
COVID.
coming back. I definitely think that they'll figure out a way to make Cam look a little bit more effective in that offense. So I'm not really worried about Cam. And really, at the end of the day, all they got to win is what, 10, 11?
They're 1-11.
You
So
know-
what's going to be their record? I'm going to write this down.
What is it? 18 games this
17,
year?
17.
It's 17.
17.
Okay. So then, yeah, let's just go ahead and put them down for 11-6.
That's not exactly lighting it up.
Oh man.
No, that's all they got to do. I think at the end of the day, all they got to do is they'll get into the playoffs. And what I mean
Winning
by
their
special,
division?
okay,
Okay.
let me change this, because I think by special, y'all thinking, Brady undefeated season lose to the Giants type special. We're not on that level. All right. Special for me is last year they won what? How many games? 4?
7
I
or
think.
They didn't. Okay. So they're gonna be in that. They're gonna be in that 10 to 12 range, right? And then come playoff time, they're gonna be nice and they're gonna surprise people. And I think I wouldn't be shocked if they reach the championship game against
Oh my god.
Chiefs.
Kansas City. Yeah,
Oh, you
against
gotta be
Kansas City.
fucking kidding me, man.
So you have them AFC Championship game.
I am AFC championship game.
Oh, wow, he's writing it down.
Do you-
too.
do you have him
Look at
winning?
Jamal just
Yeah,
wrote that down.
Mick is writing that
Do you
down.
have-
He's
do you
got
have
the
him
receipt
winning?
I'm gonna be
ready
honest
to
with you.
pull.
I do not have them winning just yet because I love the Chiefs that much. But anything is possible in the NFL. And I know one thing.
So
I know
do they win
NFL
their
loves a good
division?
storyline.
Do they win their division?
11-6 not going to give them.
No, I don't think they win the division. I still think the Bills
What do you think
do.
gets a division in that division?
13-4.
13. Yeah, I think
I'll
13.
give- That's a lot of wins
I'll
for
give the
Buffalo.
Patriots. I'll give the Patriots 7-10 record.
7 and
That's
10.
that's my opinion.
That'll be your record as well. Yeah.
Get the fuck
It'll
out of here.
be-
We're favorite number 3 to win the Super Bowl.
Okay,
this year,
all right.
sir.
Okay, hold on. I don't care about that. Y'all been favored
You care.
just like the
You
Cowboys
give
for
a
so
damn.
long. Like that means nothing
You
to
give a
me.
We
That
ain't
means
nothing like
nothing.
the Cowboys.
All right.
We ain't nothing like the Cowboys. We win, okay?
Damn.
Holy
Have
I
y'all
don't
won?
know if
What
y'all
y'all
win.
win? Y'all winning spades games?
Damn.
Y'all winning barbecue contests?
Ooh.
What y'all winning?
Damn.
Y'all winning who-
Let's go to the next topic, okay?
Y'all winning
Ooh,
interior design contest?
Lance shooting in here. Pop.
You ain't won nothing in so
Hey,
long.
shoot.
Anyway,
Hey, by the way-
Shut up.
Look,
I just want to say, Bobo, I know you're not on the show, but the Niners gonna crush your Lions the first week. That bum ass team. That bum ass team.
He's
That's
been
your
on Bobo's
team,
head,
Bobo.
bro.
Stop jumping shit.
so he's a Lions fan again?
Nah,
I
I'm
thought he
just
was
making.
Nah,
it
he's just making him a Lions fan.
I said, damn.
Renee's just making him a Lions
He'll
fan.
forever be a Lions fan in my eyes.
Babes.
Forever.
Oh, man.
Babes.
That's
Don't
funny.
fire on that
Babes.
cat when he can't defend himself.
Hey, and then there is one other game that Mick and I looked up last night, January 2nd, Cardinals at Cowboys. We're going to try to see if we can't make it out there for it.
Is it Arizona?
That'll be
No,
a
it's in
snooze fest,
Dallas.
though.
Ooh.
It'll be a snooze
Dallas.
fest.
Yeah.
In
How's that gonna be
Dallas.
wait, how's that going to be a snooze fest?
Because it's nothing to watch.
Ooh, he said both your teams trash.
Those are
This
two
guy-
high-powered offenses right there.
This coming from the man who represents the ATL,
The
Yeah,
Flamingos.
that's
The
cor-
Flamingos.
that's
look
correct.
pretty.
Flamingos.
We
And they
lost
do
we
nothing.
lost
Them
6
dirty
games last
flamingos.
year by less than was it 4
Hey, you
points
know
in the
what?
fourth quarter. We're gonna be
Since-
all right, man. We got a little extra tools on offense.
NFL
Yeah,
is bringing
you know,
out
Got
Yeah.
Matt Ryan.
At me.
You still
At
have-
me.
Julio, I'll play when I get hurt in the sixth
Hey.
game of the season.
Let's go ahead and put some money on transcripts. Put on transcripts.
Put on transcript. Throw it out there.
Dollars.
He'll write it down right now. He already
what-
wrote down the
what-
Patriots
what-
gonna
what-
be.
what-
Yeah, hold on.
See?
Hold on. Backseat Bobby. So what do you think your record's going to be this year?
You know what? I think we might end up. I'm gonna say 9-7.
Okay, hold on.
17
No.
games.
I mean, that's a little
It's
more
a,
realistic.
you add one to each.
Add
Are
one.
you-
He said 9-7-1. 9-7-1.
No, we're gonna give
Is
him
that the game
10-7.
this year, Bobby?
Oh, all right. Well, all right. 10-7.
Oh, I thought you would have just
10
went
There it is.
7. All right. So how many? What position are you falling in the NFC South there?
I'm gonna say we'll be battling for second, and maybe we can get in with a wild card.
Wow. Okay, Mick's writing that down.
Some of you guys are pretty.
Mick is writing that
You guys
down.
have some real faith in your teams. You know what I mean?
That's right, man. You know what I'm saying? Get at me.
No,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be like last season when we couldn't get a hold of Rob by the third quarter of Atlanta games because he was mad when
I'm
was
going
on-
right to his doorstep. Knocking on his door. Where you
I'll
at?
be
He was
knocking on
already
his door
litty.
when he opened it.
He was
Yeah,
already
I would say he had a Crown Royal bucket over his head. You know,
I had
out the box.
when I went to Rob's house, he told me, you know how I got over the Atlanta thing? I just told myself we won it. That's what he told me.
True
He
story.
just thinks he won it. Like that's it. They didn't
True
lose that
story,
Super Bowl.
though.
They won it. Atlanta got
Sun
one.
Hey,
came up
okay.
in Atlanta. We won.
Chasing waterfalls.
Hey, so all right, so let me ask y'all this then. Fine, since we're getting into predictions this week, I wanted to say that I want to let you guys sit with your schedule for a week and then get into it officially next
We're
week.
good.
Let me say mine, man. I
Okay,
wanna say
go.
mine.
well
Here we
then yeah, run it. And Mick, you're in charge of accounting. You keeping the receipts
well,
here.
hold on, then let's do this. Then let's print out the schedule and let's all do WLWL so we have it memorialized.
I like that.
No,
Okay.
Why don't you just say what you think your team's record gonna be?
Yeah,
I'm not writing all that
But-
stuff down. That's why.
See, he needs time.
Okay.
What? Wait, hold on. There's
You pull the
only
schedule,
no,
that's
no.
fine.
There's
But
only
I'm saying
six
for
of
us to
us.
I know for
memorialize it.
sure the Niners.
Can't
gonna
you
be
re-listen
1-0
to the
after
show?
Week 1.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Rick.
As a
Rick,
question
Rick.
is anybody going to finish over 500?
Yeah, 49ers are finishing over 500.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's all the rest.
Everyone on this podcast think the team's going to finish over 500.
No,
Fuck
Yeah,
man.
barely. Mine is
Oh,
barely one over.
No, for sure. Ours is
Eagles
for
are
sure.
not making it over 500.
Oh fuck no. Hell
Hey,
no.
hey, worry about your team. All right?
Hey, we in there. I'm here.
Before I come to your house and knock all your shoes off your dressers.
You go ahead and do
Shoes
that.
off your shelves. Shut up.
He all upset. What, you gonna send your Eagles down here to pick up my shoes or what?
I'm
Die,
knocking them all
Eagles,
down. I'm
die.
like, get out of here.
Die, Eagles, die.
Die
No
Eagles
fly-
die.
You guys ain't flying.
Oh.
Dying. Take that team.
That's- Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up. Get off my lawn.
I'm gonna put all your shoes on the top shelf and dare you to reach them. Shut up.
You just the shortest beat, dog.
I'm taking all the ladders.
I'm taking all the ladders and stool steps out of your house.
Tell your girlfriend, don't you dare get them shoes for him. I'm gonna tell your woman, don't you dare get them shoes for him either. Don't you dare.
It should probably record a video of me trying to reach him. Like,
Oh my God, you're killing me.
oh man, because Eagles suck. Though.
Die, Eagles, die.
Die,
Whatever, man.
die.
Whatever.
All right, man.
Man, I just saying this. Like I said, my team will be one game over.
Well, your
500.
division sucks, so you guys will definitely probably
One
make the playoffs.
Game
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
500.
You guys
That's
should make
the way I
playoffs.
look at it.
I think you guys should make the playoffs. Your division is awful.
Yeah. Horrible.
You got three of us in here in the same division that knowing that any one of us can end up winning our division.
Listen, man, they've all gone. Everything's gone through that before, right? Every division
Yeah.
has dealt with the same thing. Don't say that that's not true, Renee.
What?
The NFC West has been a shit.
Oh yeah, that's when
division
I
before.
think that's when Seattle made it with a
We've-
losing record too, right?
Yeah, we've all. I mean,
Yeah.
all divisions have gone
But
through.
we ain't there now.
right?
We ain't worried about the past. Are
Are we gonna get together
for
opening day?
Division is. What's that?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get together for opening day?
Thursday or
Let's do that.
Sunday?
I'm down.
On the Thursday or the
Uh,
Sunday?
Let's do it. But who plays
Sunday.
Thursday?
That's
Dallas
Cowboys,
and Bucks.
Bucks.
Well,
Cowboys Bucks.
Oh, so you already
We,
starting the
we
season
can,
off
we
1-0.
can do both.
Oh, 0-1.
Let's do both.
Hey,
Say
so you
less.
telling me Cowboys are
Say
starting the
less.
season off 0-1?
Yes. Yeah,
You
I
ain't
already
got no
got-
faith in it. Okay.
I already got us at 0-1. I mean, come
Okay, I just
on.
want to make sure.
I'm not. I'm
don't
not.
know. I don't
Listen,
know.
I'm
Hold
not.
on.
I'm not like Mr. Ludo over here who was about to tell us they're going 16-1 this year.
you don't even
Yeah.
you don't even
Hold
know
on
yet.
though. Let's unpack that real quick because the Cowboys have the firepower to stay with Tampa Bay. It's just going to depend on who can get the last stop, especially with Dak back behind, quarterback in that thing. The Cowboys' offense is going to be.
I gotta hope that the Buccaneers are still having a Super Bowl hangover from
Brady.
Tom Brady.
Nah,
throwing
Tom
his-
Brady. Tom Brady been doing this. He ain't gonna handle.
I
Throwing-
like the
Throwing-
voice. I
throwing
like the
the-
voice.
Tom Brady
throwing-
with his Super Bowl is nigga. It's just a Tuesday for him, bro.
Throwing
Like
the Lombardi to Kronk.
he gets more excited about it taking his car to the car wash, man. It's like it's whatever, man. It's just It's every day for me, man. What next?
I like.
Hey, all right, man. So,
that-
well, we will have time to get into that real quick because we need to keep moving. Okay, I need everybody just to give me what their records are. Okay, Brian, I'm going to start with you. Give me your record. 9-8. All right, Mick.
Jesus is gonna shine on us, and we're gonna go 10-7.
This guy is so optimistic. Renee.
11-6, baby.
11
What do you say? 7-6.
11-6.
11-6. Fine.
We starting off
All right,
well
let's see.
against the Lions.
Yeah,
All
right. Y'all. If y'all play each other, that's the way you get to 11-6. Y'all scrimmage.
All
right, Luda.
Luda.
That part I do believe. Luda.
14-3.
Fuck out of here, Luda.
What the fuck, man?
Listen, them
Hey,
shades. You can't see them shades. Them blue blockers.
I'm being
on.
realistic.
It's got the blue
Hey,
blockers.
hey, the first game the
Blue
Niners
I
and the
didn't
Rams
say
played.
17. I didn't say 17-0. I didn't say 16-1 like Brian
Oh
said.
my
I was gonna say.
God.
I'm realistic. We're
Luda.
gonna lose a couple.
Your
14
shade is
lose.
double
You're
pained.
gonna lose to us, and you're gonna lose Stafford that same
No,
game.
I'll tell you who we're gonna lose to. We're gonna lose to Green Bay. We're gonna lose to the Bucks, and we're gonna lose one to Seattle. Those are 3 losses right
Nah,
there.
you're losing to us.
Okay. Oh,
Crazy.
nah, fuck no.
Hey, next
we-
podcast,
And you ain't
my
beat
word's
us in
gonna
like
be
3
realistic,
years.
and I'm
You
gonna
guys
give
are
you guys a
0-6
definition.
against us. We smack your sorry team.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait. I
Hey,
can't
Luda,
wait.
how many
All
games?
right,
What's the over/under on Matt Stafford in games? What do you put it at?
6
Ooh.
max.
What do you mean?
Before he
Yeah, I
gets
was about to
hurt.
say
he's gonna play in this year.
How
many
many games?
Yeah.
I say he's gonna start all games.
You think he's going all 17?
Yeah, unless they take him out before the playoffs so they can, protect him and shit, right towards the end of the season. So
I got the over/under at 10, and I'll take the under.
okay, you're always
Interesting. We need to figure out how many times Stafford has gone over 10 games in a season.
I feel he's
That'd
gonna
be- that'd be interesting.
He's
I'll
gonna
tell you
be
right now.
he's gonna be rejuvenized. He's gonna be like, fuck yeah, I feel like
Rejuvenized?
Rejuvenized and moisturized.
Yeah,
I love you.
He's
Oh.
Like a drink at
he's got
Jamba Juice.
he's finally got a line that's gonna protect him. So
Sounds like a drink.
He said a Jamba Juice.
he's cool. He's cool. Come on, Steph.
Oh God.
Can I get that
Rob,
rejuvenized mango
Hey,
drink?
did you say how
Oh
many
my
times he's gone
God.
over 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, that's
He's
good.
got
Well,
9
how-
seasons where he played all 16.
Okay, how about
Oh,
the
there it
last
is. Well, then-
3 or 4 seasons?
Booyah, motherfucker.
Last season he played all 16. Season before that he only played 8. The season before that he played 16. He played 16 like almost 10.
Oh
years.
man,
Yeah.
that tells you how much we paying
Fuck it.
attention
I
to
think he
Detroit. Well,
usually,
hey,
usually plays through injury.
So you owe me $100.
I
Come on.
mean,
Damn.
Damn.
I'll mail it to you.
Didn't we bet?
I don't remember
You,
that.
you,
But
just,
I-
you just said
All
that.
right.
You got to get Rob's.
All right.
What's Rob's?
Rob, give it to me. What's your record?
About 15 minutes ago, I said 10-7, but you know what? I'm doubling down. I'm gonna say 11-6. Get at me.
Like, hey, y'all see the
Right.
the interview between D Hop and Jalen Ramsey? I only bring it up because we got 2 people here that root for those teams. Y'all see that? Y'all see the trash? they were
I saw
talking?
what
Oh,
you
not
put in
yet.
the chat. I saw what you put in the chat.
Yeah,
So I didn't.
You guys here for that?
You know me. He's got to come out and show some stuff, and more importantly, Kyler's gonna have to come out and show that he's a efficient quarterback before I really jump on the we're gonna win train. So it
D-Hop
remains to
basically
be
said,
seen for me.
Jalen Ramsey ain't doing nothing. He said he
Jalen
let him get all
Ram-
the shine on the podcast because he ain't getting on the field.
He's gonna cover him. He's gonna cover him. He's gonna cover him like a baby's blanket, right on top of him. Okay.
I'm here for that.
Gonna be like-
I'm here for that. I love both of those brothers. All right, well, let's keep it pushing. Let's go on. We're going to get to the second quarter. We got a couple things here that we want to debate. The very first thing that we are going to talk about has been a hot topic amongst our group. And at this point, we're not going.
And
Let me
you
not
know
even
I got
say
me
that.
a PowerPoint.
How about
one of
this?
the Andy Dandy ones.
I knew it. All right.
Same background
For the
too.
people
huh?
of the world,
Nah, different one. I switched it up because I've been getting criticized.
hilarious. I hope it got good transitions.
I got
Hall
this
of Fame worthy. What makes somebody Hall of Fame worthy? Go.
Are you talking about like NBA or
Being one of the
it
great of the
doesn't matter?
greats, being greater than good. players.
Anybody, because we've had a lot of discussion as to
Let me
people not
ju- hey, let
belonging
me
in the
pull- hey,
hall.
let me pull up my little.
Look, in my opinion, before while he's pulling up his thingy,
No, go
Let me
ahead.
tell you what I feel.
Go ahead.
So Hall of Fame worthy, you're gonna have different arguments from every person. And in my opinion, you got to be great at your position, and you have to have a championship, at least one championship. If you don't have
Charles
a
Barkley
championship,
doesn't have one.
well,
Dan Marino doesn't have one.
and I get that, but we're saying, what do we think is Hall of Fame worthy?
Okay.
Now, so in my opinion, is be great at your position and have a championship under your belt. That's my opinion what it is. Now you have people that win a shooting motherfucking scoring fucking contest, and they're in the Hall of Fame, as Renee normally says. You know, so
I don't agree with that. I just said that.
but it's okay. So it's a fact. So you
Yeah.
think somebody that has a shooting record should be in the Hall of Fame with no fucking ring?
I don't think so. The NBA does.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
But so, in my opinion, they have to have a championship under their belt.
So I'll jump on that really quick, Luda, because I think you're on the right track. But I think there needs to be a caveat for the guys that didn't win a championship. So I think you have to hold some records. Like if you don't have a championship, I mean, you're one of the greatest in your position. You don't have a championship. You got to
Correct.
have some kind of records that either were, are on their way to be broken or just barely got broken.
They go in the Hall of Fame as a record scorer, but not a Hall of Fame player. I don't know if they can do like a tier or something like that. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Let's appreciate their accolades, of course, but to go into the Hall of Fame, you're a Hall of Famer, right? So they should have something like, and you're right, Jamal. But I mean, Mick, but I don't know how to figure it out, sir.
Yeah, it's hard to delineate, but I think they have to be one of the best at their positions and have some records to be in the Hall of Fame if they haven't brought chips to the city. That's how chips is what distinguishes you.
Correct.
Okay, hold on real quick. All right, so I guess Renee is about to hit us with the presentation.
Pugnacious.
Presentations here.
Man. I'm gonna
Pugnacious.
pitch you guys right here. Right? I want you guys to see this, and then you tell me. Here's some players. Right, I didn't put their names yet for you. I want you to see their accolades.
Okay. I like what you're doing here. I get it.
And you tell me if these players, in your eyes, deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Because out of all these players,
there's so
I
much
probably
more
only put
missing.
one. Nope, there's nothing. There's not much more missing.
No, there is though,
What
but
do you
it's
think is
okay.
missing? What do you think's missing?
These
Their names are
are all
missing.
very.
Number
did
4,
that.
Dennis.
I did that on purpose.
I know, I'll mess with you. I know
Doesn't tell the full
number
story.
4 is Dennis Rodman, right?
I'm gonna show you the next one.
None of those, based on just looking at this, none of those people belong in the Hall of Fame to me.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm glad you said that. I'm
Correct.
glad you said that. But I think one of them does, and I would say the bottom one.
Yep.
4-time defensive player of the year.
4 times defensive
2-time
player of
rebound
the year.
champ. 1-time block champ.
Yeah.
I probably.
Yeah, but do those, okay, I know that's probably Ben Wallace, but typically in this NBA, those numbers don't translate to a championship.
And what's funny to
The
me is that you
defense
say
does.
that. So because you're a defensive
So
player
there
of the
you
year,
go.
you belong.
So that's who they were. That's who they are.
Yeah, but look, to Luda's point just a minute ago, right? You guys said if you win a scoring title and you don't bring a chip, you don't get in. This guy, you said he belongs. Ben Wallace belongs in there because he was a 4-time defensive player of the year.
He
You
also
didn't
has
say
one.
how many chips were won or anything like that. So
I forgot that he
because
has one, but he does have one. Ben
He only
Wallace
has
does
one.
have
but my point is for this argument, you said without putting a name up here or without even talking about his chips that he belongs in there because he was a 4-time defensive player of the year.
He's a
So if he
great
scores,
he's one of the greatest defenders.
sure. So then you value defense over scoring is what you're arguing.
No, he was he not the anchor and was first of all that team played great defense.
But once
That
again,
team
you
won-
didn't
that
know
team
who it
beat-
was.
I bet I did.
Well, okay. All right.
We all did.
Missed
We
my
all
point.
did.
Right.
We
We
all
all
knew who
got
that
it.
was.
Yes.
I didn't.
Missing my point. When I said that there was something missing, there's still a lot more to this, right? Like
Okay,
listen
yeah.
to what you're saying. He was the anchor of a great
Okay,
team,
that's
right?
fine.
Like these are all intangible things that
Right.
just
But,
a number won't tell you. And that speaks to the importance.
to people that they played with.
Okay,
or
hold on.
During
Before-
their era,
One thing before you do, right now, none of these guys are in the Hall of Fame, right?
they're all in the Hall of
Right.
Fame.
All these are Hall of Famers?
Well,
Ben-
T-Mac
T-Mac and Grant
is in
Hill
the Hall of Fame.
and Grant Hill are. C Webb, I think
Oh, yeah,
just
Grant
got
Hill too.
like
Yeah,
today or yesterday
C-
said they're
C
going to put
Webb-
him in.
Yeah. they
Ben
just
Wallace, they
announced
said they're going to put in. D Rose is still
Yeah,
playing.
but none of them are in the Hall right now.
Yeah, T Mac and Grant Hill are.
Okay.
So these are people that they played against in their prime, in their era. And these are people that I know for a fact are Hall of Famers and should be at all times. And when you see their list compared to these lists, you'll understand why I don't think T-Mac and other people aren't Hall of Famers.
Okay, so what you're saying is you'd be okay with all of these guys. Yeah, I mean,
Not being in the Hall of
you
Fame.
talk about when you talk about tiers, and Luda alluded to the tiers. I feel like there is a tier list regardless, right? Like no different than what they do every single year with all NBA first, second, whatever team, right? Like in the Hall of Fame, they're not going to tell you the first team, second team, or third team, something to that effect, but they're all Hall of Famers, right? And I feel like you're arguing that you wouldn't include anybody that would necessarily be on the second or third team. Everybody's got to be first team, and that's it. And even if, like, let's say, like McGrady and Hill in that case, they were extremely good players for a time, right? I know you said it wasn't long enough.
Yep.
Sure, it was a short time. Fine. Hill more than McGrady, but they don't deserve any nod because how long do you expect them to be good? Like
Gilbert,
at the top of the top,
Gilbert Arenas was really good, and he definitely don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And I could pull
Garnett had some.
They'll blow what's his name's out the water.
We get it, but like I'm looking at like Garnett. Garnett had some really down years.
Yeah, when
you know what I'm saying.
Old, Garnett also made
or injured.
Okay, so Garnett is a MVP, and he made All NBA 9 times in his career.
So it's all the accolades for you.
No, but
so
it's just
all
like,
the accolades.
look at accolades do mean something when you're becoming.
The accolades do.
When you're splitting hairs and you're the great of the greats and you belong in the Hall of Fame, it does start to come to accolades.
So based on the way you're arguing it, Renee, then they need to change the way that they bring people in the Hall of Fame, because what you're saying, there could only be like 1 or 2 guys a year, maybe 3 guys a year who get in the Hall of Fame based on how you're delineating it.
That's all how it really. I mean, are you in the Hall of Fame for the greatest of all time?
So now I finally understand your argument. So now it makes sense to me. That's not the way it works, but your argument is that bar's got to be super duper high, and there's only probably 2 or 3 guys a year or girls or whomever that can reach that.
I just thought that's what the Hall was for.
And wasn't it like that before? There was only a couple. Now they have like 6 or 8 people that they'll enlist every year. It used to be like there was like 3 or 4 at the most. But now it seems like they're just adding more and more. And to me, and not that they don't deserve it, eventually they'll get in, but it just seems like they're adding them too soon now after retirement. It's not, that's just my opinion. I just feel like they're not giving them time to progress. And like, I guess, I don't know. It's just
so let me ask you guys this. Out of the guys, because I posed this question very generically. And we have gone back to focusing on the NBA, which is fine. So out of the guys that have been, I think this year is a slam dunk, right? This year is one of we get this where you have one of these years where it's like the great of the greats. It's what do they call them? Mount Everest, Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore type players, right? Or Mount Rushmore type class, right? So this year excluded. Going back previous years, who have you seen, right? Like that's eligible. How about this, Renee? Go to the Tracy McGrady year, which is, I think it was last year. I think it was last year.
For a few years now.
Okay, well, either way, go to his year. Out of those that are eligible, you remove McGrady, right? And then who do you take?
My question is, why does someone have to get in every year?
Well, they should. That's just the way it goes.
What do you mean they should? Like they shouldn't have to have someone every year if there's not.
But do you see how many people are eligible every year because of the fact that there's eligibility?
Yeah, because you've been retired long enough doesn't mean you belong in the
right.
Doesn't mean you belong in the.
I think that you have to have put someone there, some players in the fame based on their era, right? Because you could, let's say the NBA was down for 10, 15 years, where it just lackluster performance, but they're still going to have Hall of Famers within that era, even though the numbers aren't comparable to the guys that are in there currently. You got to put somebody in there.
But why do you have to put someone in every year is what I'm asking you.
Because they excelled in their time, in their era.
So that's the reason why I took other players in their era and showed you that they weren't excelling as much as better, obviously the greater ones.
You're giving me career stats,
well-
not necessarily a particular era, and
All those players played against
averages
each other.
change.
What I'm saying, all those
Sure,
players,
but-
even if you took the career stats off, take their points off. All those players were MVPs. All those players were better than Tracy McGrady, who never got an MVP, who
Right.
never got his team out of the first round playoffs, who never did anything that a superstar should do besides be a scoring champ.
Well,
Yeah, I think I can make that argument for a couple of greats, but
which is fine, but that's the problem with evaluating guys based on errors, and two, it's subject. The whole Hall of Fame voting is subjective, so we're never
is.
ever going to get to some single source of truth as far as how we put this together. And it sucks. I mean, we could debate this forever, and we'll still be all stuck on how we feel about it because it is
agree.
subjective.
You know what? They invited me to be in the committee. I ain't tell y'all that, but maybe next week. When I'm not here to podcast, I'm in the committee.
yeah,
all right.
yeah, no chicken wing sauce committee. All right, man.
Let me see who
Hey,
in
so-
the Hall of Fame with.
We're gonna dive into this just a little bit more, but I got to keep us pushing. The next one, this is another one that I'm not sure we'll be able to figure out sort of an answer to, but it's regarding sports contracts. There was a discussion made recently that the way that that teams do the way that teams do contracts might need to be amended a little bit. And the idea was brought up or posed as such. A rookie, he puts himself in the draft for whatever given league, right? He gets drafted by whatever team. Obviously, he gets no say in that. He sort of has predictions and whatnot, but he gets no say, no understanding. He signs on with that team. He comes in. He's that good old, dude just trying to get in and get working. His contract is 3 to 4 years or whatever the case may be. Maybe during the 3 to 4 years, the franchise decides that it's better for them to go a different direction and they trade him. Now, maybe it's a little bit longer than that, right? But either way, he has to change his thing. Maybe he's got a family now. His kids are uprooted, whatever. There's lots of real life things that are affected by that. It just messes things up, right? Basically, long story short, the conversation was that should players be allowed to have a little bit more say in contracts, or should contracts be built to be a little bit more player friendly and not just franchise friendly? Because when you look at something like what James Harden did, where James Harden, he was tired of playing in Houston and he wanted out and he had to force his way out. A lot of people are saying that, it was really wrong with the way that he went about it. But at the end of the day, the players have no control with the way businesses run as currently laid anyways. So unfortunately, they have to go to certain measures in order to kind of get what they want, right? And I know James Harden might be an extreme circumstance because he wanted to get out and go play with a super team. But in general, do you guys think that the way contracts are done and structured, that there should be a little bit more of a change so that it's a little bit more beneficial to both sides, like after a certain point? Or what do you guys think? You like it as is?
I personally like it as is.
Yeah, same here. The
I do
contract's a
too.
contract. I mean,
They could train
you
you whenever they want. Then you can force your way out if you want.
Well, or you do what some of the big boys have done and put no trade clauses into your contracts, or you do like what Trevor Bauer did this year in baseball. He signed a 4-year deal with the Dodgers, but he put in an opt-out clause for each year.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what's
so
the
he-
point of
it's
So
a
it's
no
basically
trade
it's a 1-year contract if he wants it to be.
It's up to your representation. You tell them what you want, and they go to bat for you.
Yeah.
That's why you have
Right.
representation.
just like you talked about when you were introducing this subject, you said do they speak out? You speak out when you're making your contract. Make your point, give your option. Tell them what you want and work it out. But for me, it's a contract. What I don't like is these star players using their Harden, what he did, even Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson. I mean, all these guys just acting like babies to get out of a contract when you sign a contract.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
different too in football. I don't really like to compare football and basketball because
One's guaranteed, one's not.
exactly one is fully guaranteed, which is basketball. So it's a little different. When you're a football player, a team will cut you tomorrow and be like, "Oh well."
Well, then
Yeah,
you
but-
negotiate. You have your signing guarantee.
So
I was gonna
if
say,
they're
they-
willing
they
to cut
do-
you and no, oh,
Yeah,
well,
but
screw you and your family.
And
then I'd be
I'm
willing to
sort of
cut
with
it.
Luda now too on that. I mean, some of these guys are getting some really big big
money.
guaranteed signing bonuses.
Okay.
So like Dak's a prime example. I mean, I think he got like damn near 100 million
And if Dak
guaranteed
blew his knee out tomorrow, they might cut
signing
him.
contract. Yeah, but
Hey,
he's got
but he'll
that 100
have
million
$100 million.
guaranteed.
Right, but I'm saying they'll still cut
So-
you.
Yeah.
Every running
when you
back
say
doesn't
with-
get that big contract and they get their knees blown out and they don't. Bye.
Brian, when you say you're with Luda, what specific part are you referring to?
Who, me?
Yeah, you said I'm with Luda on. I'm
The-
kind of sort of
with
Luda on
the
this.
guaranteed contract, with like the signing bonus stuff now. I mean, if you signed for that, you know you're getting all that money.
right.
So then stick around. And if they decide to cut you, you're still getting all that signing bonus money in the NFL. That's my
I was gonna say
Because
that-
you offered me a $500 million contract, but my signing bonus is 98 million. I should stick around because I'm not going to get my other 400 million. No. 400 million is based on incentives. No.
And I agree with that too, because these guys are 1%ers. So they have leverage because there's a handful of guys that can do what they do. In the real world, we all know it's at will employment, right? Tomorrow your boss can say you're gone and you're gone, or you say the same thing.
right.
I say you have the representation that puts the contract in place that you want. And then, if you want to leave or get mobile, then let the markets decide. And I enjoy, what the markets will, they'll true up the way that they need to true up. So I think let the markets decide.
I just
Yeah,
feel
I-
like if someone could trade you whenever they want, fine, I get it. Like, hey, you're the boss, you're the owner, right? We'll get rid of you whenever we want. Same time, if I'm that big of an asset and I don't want to play here no more because you can't put a team around me or whatever it is, whatever
Right.
reason. then-
Yeah, but some of these guys sign these big contracts to just get the money. It's not even about having a team around them. So that's the thing. No, some
a
guys
player-
know
No,
going
the,
into it. Some
the
guys know going
money,
into
the
a
money's
certain
probably a
squad.
protection.
Well, I agree. But what I'm saying is that some of these guys aren't going to a specific team when they're signing their free agent contracts specifically to I want to
Make
win.
a difference. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and we don't know.
you're gonna put people around me to make this happen. Some of it is no, they're going to go get paid, and I understand that. Go get your money. But then you also got to understand that too. Maybe somebody's giving you the money because they do think you're the number one talent, but now they can't afford anybody else. That
But yeah,
happens
but
in all the
They could
leagues.
also be telling you like, oh yeah, we're gonna build a team around you, getting you all hyped, and you're like, cool, then yeah, I'll sign if you're gonna do that, and they'll never do
Right.
that. Of course, I want to leave. Like you ain't lived up to nothing.
No, then put that in your contract. Have your representative put that in the contract.
But
They're
what?
not going to put that in contracts.
If
They're
they
not going
want
to
you
put.
bad enough,
We
they
told
will.
him we told him that we were going to build a better team around him.
They
That's
can
not
easily
going to
like
be put in.
manipulate that by showing a stat or any percentage or whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we've gotten better by 5 games. Well, we still suck though.
Yeah, they're going to be very Rene Perez with this, and they're
I'm
going to
just
bring
saying
out a
they can do
PowerPoint and be
that.
like, look at these seasons incrementally.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm
We
saying?
have
Listen,
slowly gotten better.
Everybody's got to remember only one team wins the championship every year. It ain't like there ain't no participation trophies here. So,
No.
everything
Well, there's blame to be on both sides.
Things
to your
happen.
point, Brian, the organization should be trying to put a field on the team to win if they want
Right.
to keep their fans.
But we all
blah, blah,
know
blah.
that there's certain organizations that don't do that. But
Right.
yet guys still
Let-
go and
let-
sign with them. So
let's
if
say
you
you can't
made
trade
that
them, right?
decision to go sign with an owner who's notorious for not putting the best product on the field, then whose fault is that?
It's yours, but
Ultimately.
it's the player's fault. But why
Right.
are you mad that they want out of that? Or why
They
don't
They
you
shouldn't have
like
gone
fact
to
that
it in
they-
the first place then.
No,
If
look,
you
if
already
somebody's
know
going to
that-
pay you, if someone's going to pay you whatever amount of money to go work for their company, and you get there and it's crappy and you want to leave, and I know it's different in the real world versus
Right.
the professionals, but the premise is the same. Why? Look, you go get your money wherever you go get it, and then if you luck up into a situation where you end up winning, so be it. Everybody's in it for the money. We all know that, the owners, the players, everybody's in it for the money, and if you win, that's icing on the cake. So I don't hold it against guys if they want to leave, and I hold it against. Because there's blame to be put on both sides, the organization, because you're not giving them the player, this elite player, the type of team that he can win with. So that's on the organization as well. So I think
Right.
we play the game.
So with Brian, if let's just use James Harden as an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're the owner of the Houston Rockets, and he wants out, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna put you out. He's like, all right, cool, but he just plays like shit. You still got to pay him all that money, and
Right.
now you just got a shitty product on. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna trade him, or you're gonna
So-
keep him and make him?
Well,
sit and
it all
play like shit?
depends. It all depends, right? I mean, if you have FU money, like many of these owners do.
So that's what I'm saying. Is that what you would do? Would you let him?
What did Houston get in that trade with the Nets? What did they get out of it?
Mainly draft picks, mainly assets. I mean, they got a couple of players, but
mainly draft
picks and future assets.
Yeah. But I'm just saying every single time
right now.
Well,
he wasn't trying.
Yeah, but who wasn't trying? Houston wasn't trying?
No, Harden wasn't trying. Well,
that's a whole nother story then. See, now you're saying a player who's basically sabotaging his way to get out of something.
That's what I just said.
But,
right.
I mean,
but that's a whole different story. That's the whole
That's what happens. So I'm asking you, what would you do? You have him under contract. He tells you, I want to be traded. You're like, no, fuck off. You're going to stay. Okay. Now I'm just not going to play good for you. I'm going to play like shit. What do? You trade him? Or do you pay him millions of dollars to suck your team?
Suck your team. Fine is that.
That's where Houston was. What did they do?
Right, but that's what okay. So then then maybe that's why you shouldn't have guaranteed contracts then either. I mean, if somebody's going to do that to you and hold your entire organization hostage, then maybe you should have the ability to just cut a dude and you don't owe him any more money. So maybe the NFL is doing it right then. I mean, you have both.
Yep.
But then injury.
I can make an argument for both of it.
Yeah, but injury comes in the NFL.
But again, you get that big signing bonus that can take care of you. That's the thing. I'm not saying every single player gets that.
Use a running back.
Listen, not every single. I just said not every single person gets that. But I mean, a prime example, dude. We just saw it with Alex Smith. I mean, that injury was so gruesome, right? But he made an effort to come back. The dude still had all that money that he signed for with Washington. So, I could get hurt tomorrow and not be able
but
to
you also got to look at
like
the lower players in the NFL. Like you said, that aren't stars, or even the lower players in the NBA. Their contracts are at least still guaranteed. So if they, wreck their knee, at least they ended up with that $3 million that they fucking got to, that they got hurt on the job. I don't know if NFL is paying workman's comp.
You can get Lloyd's of London. You can get insurance.
Yeah. Well, I think it's safe to say, I mean, it sounds to me like you guys are all resigned with the way that contracts are currently done. They're fair. There's so many different options and so many different things that you can build into that maybe guys need to be a little bit more smarter about the way that they do it. Maybe don't accept the long-term length or whatever the case may be. But
that's why I thought Trevor Bauer, what he just did, might make more sense, right? You signed a 4-year
and we saw it in the NBA too with 1-on-1s. We saw the same thing with
a perfect example. Ricky Williams, didn't he fucking get a rapper to fucking do his deal or some shit?
Oh yeah, Master P. I think was his.
Yeah, Master P was his fucking sports agent, all on incentives, ruined his careers.
So you're not for that argument then, Luda, right?
He's not for the being not guaranteed money, is what he's saying.
Got you.
Correct.
Because Ricky Williams.
All right, well, we can break that down more in the future, and we shall, because I think that there's just a lot of things that overall in the NBA that we've discussed that could be changed. We can get into that a little bit more in NFL too. But let's move on to the third quarter. So it's what men think time. We've got a couple of things here that I would like to go over. All right. And let's start us off here. Let's talk about the state of the culture, since we're in sort of a serious type debate mode. Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, said something here on the interwebs. He said, we're getting boring stuff, not even experimental mistakes, because people are afraid of getting canceled. Personally, I think this speaks to a lot of different things. But I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. Mick, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about what Mr. Glover is saying here? You got to get off mute for me, though.
Sorry, rookie podcast mistake. Don't be like me. I agree. With every movement, we talked about this before, with the Me Too movement, the pendulum swings too far to the right or the left, depending on what the hot topic is, and it needs to settle somewhere in the middle. There's a cancel culture. We're afraid to say anything, even us, and we're nobodies. We're afraid to say things because we feel like, first of all, our digital footprint never, ever goes away. So, 10 years from now, someone can pull something that you said and use it against you. But they don't know the context, right? That you can't delineate context from either looking at a text or listening to something if you only heard a piece of it, because people can frame it the way they want to. So, long story short, yes, this is a microwave society built on sound bites in the 24-hour news cycle, and it's becoming ridiculous.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's a 24-hour news cycle anymore, right? I mean, stuff happens so quickly, and you're on to the next thing because of this digital age that we're in. But this is coming from the same guy right now who's under fire, right, for possibly stealing a song. Didn't I read something about that this week?
That's like a 2-year-old thing. You're talking about?
Oh, is it?
This Is America.
Yeah.
That's old.
Is it?
And that type of stuff. Yeah, they do that in the music business. But yeah,
I know. Somebody hears something, they change the beat just a little bit, whatever, and all of a sudden it's a different song supposedly. But whatever. No, I sort of understand what he's saying, right? I mean, anybody says one thing that, like Mick was saying, you heard it differently, then all of a sudden you're done. And you don't have a chance to make a comeback at all. I mean, there's been so many guys that have been completely canceled out, and then others that are able to make a comeback. I don't know. I don't like where we're headed. You can't have any thought or any opinions on anything nowadays.
Well, you can.
You can, but
contrary to the norm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was just going to say. And the norm shifts. It changes.
You gotta be indoors
quickly,
now too to say shit, because people can record you or whatever. And look, I'm gonna say this with thinking back on what Jamal said was, he said it properly, and Brian, you added to that. You just can't say shit anymore, unfortunately, and it sucks because people are afraid to get canceled on shows. Shows are a little more milder because they can't do stuff as much as they did back in the day. I mean, it sucks to be that way, but we are living in an age where society is a little more offended, and in my opinion, maybe a little more sensitive. So,
so do you think that ever be a time where we cancel the cancel culture?
I'm over all the sensitivity, dude.
Yeah,
Y'all need
stop crying.
People need to get some thick skin and get over it.
Yeah, stop crying and shit.
You ain't gotta take it so hard. It's not a fucking dick. You know what I mean? It's a joke.
Yep.
Relax.
Well, unfortunately, to everybody's point, it kind of feels like it's the regime kind of dictates how things go. Like, during the 45th regime, everybody was emboldened to say whatever the hell they wanted with no repercussions. And then now with Biden's regime, that pendulum swung way the other way, where it's like, no, we're gonna, we need to take care of everything and everyone, and the government's going to do all of this, which I don't agree with either. So I feel like it's regime driven.
Maybe. All right, interesting arguments. I'm just going to keep us moving. All right. Something a lot less lighter or hard. No, something a little lighter. How about that? Not less. Whatever. I can't speak. Whatever. Hey, where's my cup? Somebody refill my cup. Running out of hustle juice. Hey, okay. So if you could see a movie, any movie, get a culture remake, and I say culture remake, I'll give you an example here. What would it be, and who would you see cast? And the example that I gave here is Friday recast with Michael Rappaport and Gary Owens. My mom brought one up the other day when she was doing my hair, and they had me dying. She said she wants to see Twins redone with The Rock and Kevin Hart. So if you could do a culture remake of any movie, what would it be, and who would you have in there?
Wow.
I say American History X with the cast of In Living Color.
Outrage! You talk about just an entire. So basically, you want him to do a parody. You want basically all that Keenen Ivory Wayans has done with his career. You want that. You want a parody. You want to be Don't Be a Menace to South Central or drinking your juice.
No, not parody. Like a real like a serious movie, just like the real movie, but not a parody. Not when they're doing like a basketball thing.
That's hilarious. Could you see Jamie Foxx's LaWanda in that movie?
I like to see Bad Boys redone with Bateman and Vince Vaughn.
Oh shit.
Bateman and Vince Vaughn. Okay.
And as
Bateman
to
and
what
Vince
as
Vaughn.
to Rick Rob was saying, would you say it wanted to be exactly the same mode or like a comedy type, sir?
Well, I think they'd put their own spin on it, but Vince Vaughn he's a sharp top. He's kind of like Mike Lowry. He
So
can play that role.
yeah, Vince Vaughn would be Mike Larry. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
Bateman
see.
can be the button down. He can be
He could be Will
Detective
Smith,
Burnett.
or yeah.
I would you want Vince Vaughn to be Swingers Vince Vaughn?
Yes, slick talking, hard charging, that guy. Absolutely.
Got you. Renee?
I ain't got one.
No?
I'm trying to think of one, man.
You don't want to Selena,
I was-
you don't
I
want to see
was-
Selena redone with Britney Spears?
Who would you want? You know what I mean?
No, Renee would say.
Oh,
Renee
right.
would say.
Mi Vida
Renee,
Loca?
Movies being
Renee would say Selena, but redone with Queen Bee,
There you
just
go.
to piss off everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too funny. All right, one
I
more
was
here.
thinking-
So
I was trying to think of
Okay.
one. I was trying to think of one, and I was like the role reversal in damn it, White Men Can't Jump.
okay.
You know, like
You just want them to be the opposite.
no, like yeah, like pick
you want Woody
somebody to
Harrelson to
play
be
Wesley
black?
Snipes' role, right?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And somebody to play Woody Harrelson's role.
But like reverse.
Oh, you don't have
Yeah.
you don't,
Just
No,
reverse.
are you saying that it'd be funny if Woody Harrelson was the guy that could play and then
the guy
Yeah.
who could shoot but was
Yeah, the
slow
guy
as
who could shoot.
molasses and
right? So
right.
like that would be funny, actually.
That'd
That would be funny. Where it's like
that would be hilarious.
it'd be like who's that? Brent Barry or somebody. He would be the Wesley Snipes role where he's dunking on people. That'd be funny.
right. Yeah.
That's too funny. Yeah, it would have to be somebody like Brent Barry, you know what I mean? Or Tom Chambers in his day. Actually, I did just see who was that just got up on Taco Fall the other day? The white dude, Layman? Nah, man. Dang it. I can't remember his name. Anyways, it would have to be somebody hella unsuspected. All right, last one here. 5 dinner guests, dead or alive. Who you guys gonna have at your table?
Wow.
Quick clear caveat. Is it like famous people or what we doing here?
Whoever you want.
You know what? Yeah, whomever you want. You know what? You're having a dinner. You're hosting the dinner. You got 5 dinner guests, man. Dead or alive. You know, famous or not, whatever. Who are you gonna have at your table?
Mom, dad, brother, sister, and
Renee, you really? That's where you going?
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I asked you if you want famous people. Why would I want?
Yeah, I'd stick to famous because if you don't say your family members who have passed, then you're gonna look real suspect on this.
Well, but it
I'd say
also
stick
says
to
dead or
famous.
alive. That's why Renee said his mom and his dad. And
Yeah.
his,
Right, but
you know.
stick to famous.
No, not just a
Right.
stand.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Rick, you set yourself up for that one. Made it literal for you, buddy.
I so appreciate your contributions to today's podcast. Thank you so much.
If it was like someone famous, I'm just gonna go with famous people then, just to make it a little more fun. Shit, who would it be?
I got mine if you want to marry.
Shoot, go ahead,
Yeah.
shoot.
Run it.
I'm having Mike, Kobe, and LeBron, so we can settle that debate. I'm having Obama, and I want Magic Johnson. Those are my 5.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I like that. Luda?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cheech
I've actually-
and Chong.
No, I actually like I like Tupac, Beyonce, George Washington,
Fuck. Yo,
um, Biggie Smalls, and Too Short.
you better have some hella weed at your table, bro.
They gonna bring it.
What's George Washington doing at your table? I'm just curious.
I was wondering the
Guys-
same thing.
I just want to know how it was to be the first president.
Fair enough.
And he used to smoke that mad peyote back then. They didn't
Yeah,
really
you
talk about
remember
it anymore.
he's the one that created the apple pipe. Remember the apple under the tree? He created that pipe. That's how he did.
He created the apple pipe.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Brian?
Oh man, I didn't even really put much thought into this. I to me, one of them I'd like to have there would be JFK. I'd like to know, you know, what his thought process was while he was president, let alone like find out all the dirty little secrets of his presidency.
Mar-
Oh, you want to
About
know about him in
Maryland
Maryland? Yeah, he wants to know about
Oh,
him in
there-
Maryland.
Yeah.
There was more than just Maryland. So,
Yeah.
So,
like, who ordered
Huh?
the
He
hit
did
on
not
that?
have relations.
yeah, right. Like who? Like if you could sit there and ask him, so who do you think took you out? Was it Lee Harvey or was there something else behind the scenes? Like if you could have that kind of a conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm trying to think of like, man, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't have anybody else, man. Honestly, I'm
Yes.
trying to. There's
It'd
I'm just like-
just be you and JFK on 1-on-1.
no. It's not
Say it,
that.
Rick.
I'm just
Say it,
like
Rick.
trying
Say
to
it,
put
Rick.
it together. Like
Say it.
4 people, four more people, whether dead or alive. I'm just trying to think of like who I'd really want to
Okay.
sit with at a
honestly,
dinner.
I'd probably want people to make me laugh and be fun around. So I'd probably be like The Rock, maybe Kobe. I would like to be around Kobe. Probably mainly athletes. I want maybe like Muhammad Ali. I would like to be around him. He seemed like he was very intellectual.
You're a boxing guy, dude, like Roberto
Yeah.
Duran.
Nah, I don't care about.
No?
That's my dad's favorite.
Oh,
I
okay.
have my dad with me, dead or alive. You know what I mean? Slide him in there so he can get some of this interaction with these guys, and then maybe like Jack Nicholson or someone like that. Just some legendary people.
All right.
Okay. I thought you
Yeah,
get somebody
Winston.
more your height, like
No, I want to be the shortest. I want to
Yeah.
be the Kevin Hart out of all of
Hilarious.
them. So,
Hilarious.
What about you, Rick?
For me, I would definitely say you said Muhammad Ali. I didn't think nobody would mention that. I would definitely want Muhammad Ali there. I would want Pac there. Honestly, I can't decide whether I would want Martin or Malcolm, but I think I would want Malcolm at the table. I would want Maya Angelou. And then probably my grandfather. Oh yeah, hold on. We still no family. My bad. Okay. My bad. I'm trying to think of somebody who could bring it all
gotta be your
together.
Grandfather, it's fine.
man, you the host of this show. You don't got your list ready, man.
No, because my list keeps changing. Then I'll probably say the last person would be somebody funny. But intellectual. So let's go like Eddie Murphy. There you go. Ooh, or
wonderful.
Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier is still alive. Oh, Richard Pryor. Yeah, not Richard Pryor would be
Write
good.
down your
It could be somebody alive too.
Yeah. All right. Who do we not get? Everybody's good.
Everybody got.
All right, you lethargic fucks. All right. Fourth quarter, bump it or dump it. Let's get to it. Jermaine Cole not only came with a fire ass album. Has everybody listened?
I have not.
I have not yet.
Heard a couple songs.
Jesus.
Dump it.
This is my, you know what? I dumped the
I've
fact
not,
that y'all don't listen
But
to
I did
music the way
see I
do.
did see J. Cole score his first basket this morning.
Yeah, well, all right.
A
Let me
little-
get
little
back to
put back.
sports. Let me get back to sports. Yes,
that's what
he
this
scored his
was.
first basketball, and he's playing in the African Basketball League. Y'all here for this?
For the Patriots.
Yes. Bump it.
Bump it. Get some notoriety
Why?
to the league. Get this thing off the ground. Hopefully, we get some talented players that we can initially or eventually bring into the NBA.
Okay. Well, how did getting Master P to play for the what was it? It wasn't the D. It was a D League back in the day, huh? It wasn't the G
Yeah.
League when he played. Yeah. How did that help?
Well,
You know,
we
I don't know
push
that
the
no.
G League here. We don't push the G League here. We don't do any advertising. They don't show who the players are. They don't push it.
Yeah, but I'm saying so. J. Cole is going to help bring notoriety to the African Basketball League.
Maybe.
He's J. Cole. He's a name. You guys watched it, right? So I'm saying if they want this thing to get off the ground, they want it to be successful.
I mean, he's
They're gonna
good
push
too.
names there so they get eyeballs on that.
Yep.
Well, I think it's good for Jermaine to get that run because I know he, like myself, always wanted to play in the league, and you know he gets that opportunity to do so. So that's cool. I hope he gets a chance to do some big things with that. I'm pushing the African Basketball League, period, because I know that there's a lot of talented people. So, yeah, I guess to your point, I hope that works. All right, moving forward, A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez ends up buying the T-Wolves and the Lynx. He's a part of a group that is for 1.5. What do we? Was it 1.5? I thought it was 15.
1.5.
Is it
1.5?
NBA
Oh, okay.
franchises aren't worth 15 billion.
Dump it.
Dump it. Why, Haluda?
Yeah, it's cool. Like,
Nah, who gives a fuck what A-Rod does?
I'm a little kind of.
I'm bumping.
Y'all don't
it
care about
'cause
the ownership, huh?
I'm a fan of business, and I like the fact that he's making moves to to better himself, even though I'm no part of
Does
that.
he have
You know
to?
what? I'm bumping it for the
Absolutely.
Latino culture. How about that?
He said I'm over the Latino culture. I shout out to Minnesota for that. Then, yeah. I don't know
I
really
think-
what that.
Well,
How does
I
that
would
help
say-
business wise though?
I think that's going to force them to make better decisions because now you have an Alex Rodriguez, you have some name recognition, even though Anthony Edwards says he doesn't know who he is. But that's going to force them, at least in the short run, to try to put something, on the court that's palatable. Because you have A-Rod right now, you have the 15 minutes of fame. You strike while the iron's hot, and then who knows?
Because I feel like when Michael Jordan became owner, that didn't really do anything.
Well, yeah, but he's already a
It's
big
his-
name in the NBA. Him going to be the owner, he was a great basketball player, but everybody wanted to see if that was going to translate to the front office, and we saw how that went for a long time. But he's righted his ship. He's put people in place to make that team successful, and now he's reaping the benefits of that.
Yeah, I think with Michael, the idea behind Michael and the Bobcats, because he was Bob Johnson was also part of that, if I'm not mistaken, former chairman for BET, and I think that they thought bringing in Michael Jordan would be like, yo, everybody wants to play with Michael Jordan or for Michael
Right.
Jordan, right? But then they also see the competitive side of Michael, and it's no different than Kobe and a bunch of other alphas. That isn't for everybody, right? So I think Michael, he stayed the face, but like you said, Mick, he had to put people in place that it was like, hey, you guys talk to them, you guys be. I mean, right now he's got who out there? Kupchak, is it? Yeah. He's got the basketball minds that are like, look, my name alone ain't gonna get it done, right? You gotta have this, and for this Minnesota thing, A-Rod isn't moving the needle in the basketball world. I don't know why A-Rod is even moving the needle on any level, to be quite honest with you, because A-Rod has always been associated with not the best things. His attitude is cheating and, all sorts of stuff in the baseball realm. So how he's still, infamous or famous, is beyond me. But I don't know
I'll
that
give
it
you an
helps.
easy example of that because he's polarizing, just like 45, right? There's
Okay.
there's 80 million people that love him, and there's 80 million people that hate him. But there's 80 million people that love him, right? Same thing with A-Rod. He's got that kind of following as well.
Anybody on this podcast love A-Rod?
I like A-Rod.
I don't dislike him.
Yeah, I don't care that he
Yeah.
cheated either in baseball. Baseball's such
Like-
a scam, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I mean, he
we'll
was
see
with
how
J-Lo.
that. We'll
I
see.
honestly think him being with J-Lo kind of boosted him back into the limelight a lot.
Didn't hurt.
And
Yeah,
J Lo's helping a lot, and
It can't hurt.
and J Lo's going to help Ben Affleck next, I guess. So here we go. All right. So this was a big topic. It seems like, man, this week has been so long. It seems like this was 2 weeks ago, but now it's this week. The Jags signed Tim Tebow to play tight end. You guys here for this or not?
I'm bumping it.
Yep.
You are.
Bump it.
I'm bumping it.
Bump
Taysom,
it.
look what Taysom Hill has done. I think Tebow's equally that kind of athlete. I mean, the guy's 6'3".
10 years ago.
10, yeah, exactly.
Well, either way, he hasn't gotten hit. He can still play. How old is he? He's 30, maybe. I'm bumping.
Oh.
I think he's going to do well.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got like mixed feelings about it. Like, I ain't mad that he's getting his opportunity because
Sure.
who you know
Right.
is who you know, and if they give you opportunity,
Right.
take your chance. But
Right.
when he was in the NFL and people asked him to change position, he had a hissy face like, "No, I'm a quarterback." Now like trying to come back as a tight end, I'm just like,
I'm just looking at, do we honestly think that this dude is ever going to be able to block a defensive end coming off the edge?
No,
I don't.
He doesn't have to.
There
All he
no-
has to do is chip him. When he's in, it's probably going to be a passing play, which is fine. If he's effective, he's effective. All he has to do is chip on the outside and run routes. And we've seen if he has the ball in the open field, he can move the ball.
4-7,
yeah.
4-7, 4-8 tight ends don't cut it in the NFL.
I'm just gonna say that this
Well,
Cut it.
if they were going to make a move like this, to Renee's point, this is 5 or 6 years too late. He should have did it when he was actually playing. Then it might have made a little bit more sense. I'm not mad at Tim Tebow.
Hasn't been playing baseball or for like a minor league? So
right.
He hasn't been out of shape, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
he's not taking a hit.
Do you have to be in shape to play baseball?
It's still
Seriously.
a completely different. It's a completely
Yes, you
different
do.
position, though, too. in
Of
football.
course, you're not getting hit and whatever. But I think give him the if he went through the tryouts, I'm sure he did, and he passed. Let's see what he can do.
Well, what you guys are
And-
thinking
and-
is he got the heart of a champion, and I never underestimate the heart of a champion. So I think he will do.
And okay, cool. That's all good. He's got that intangible, right? That's going to equate for how many wins for the Jacksonville Jaguars? The answer is 0.
Okay.
And
About 5.
So you can say that about
no,
everybody else in that team.
no, I can't. I don't really understand it from a football perspective. And I'm going to say this, you talk about people that have the opportunity and all that. I'm sure that there are younger guys who were just in this draft or the draft previous to it that also have the heart of a champion, that also have that will, that have the body and that have the ability that didn't get it run.
And that
The
have
fact that
played
they
that
put
position for years.
That have played that position. Yeah, the fact that you gave it to Tim Tebow, I don't.
First of all, they
it's-
didn't give it to him. And secondly, the NFL, all these sports, it's a meritocracy. They're going to put the best people on the field to win. So if Tim Tebow gets on the team and he wins the position, he's the best person that they feel they're going to win because they have to put people in the place to win. If he's not, he's not. That's why you give people an opportunity to come to camp and figure out what
So
the
give
team's
me-
gonna be.
Give me a realistic prediction. Do you think he makes the 53-man roster?
I do.
Yep.
Okay. And so then, therefore, what is he? Is he tight end number 1, 2?
Well, there's depth charts, right? I don't know where he's going to slot. I think he'll slot either first or second, depending on who they have a tight end before. They had Mercedes Lewis. What did he do? All he did was
Lewis
block all
has
the time
been
and
in-
catch the ball.
Lewis has been with the Packers for like the last 4 years.
Okay, well, before that, they had Mercedes Lewis when he came out of UCLA, when he was really, really good. And how well did he do? And he was a tight end to start. So there's an opportunity for him to go out there and be better. You don't know what he has intangible because he was a quarterback. So he knows how to read defenses. He can sit in zones. You're not giving him enough credit for being the football mind that he is. And that's where you're discounting him.
You're right. I am. Yeah, I am.
Chris
And I'm going to
Chris
continue.
Herndon is their starting tight end, and I don't think Tebow beat him out.
Okay. then
So to your point, Mick, because you're riding hard for this, which I appreciate. In order for this to be successful and for this to really make sense, for this to even be a topic in a thing right now, Tim Tebow has to do what?
53-man roster.
That's it?
That's it.
I think he's got to at least be second on the depth chart for tight end. Otherwise,
Which
You're
means
gonna
he's
have
getting
him at-
some run. He's
Yeah.
doing special teams and he's also
what I'm saying
getting
is,
some
'cause if
run.
you're not that, and you're just filling up a spot, then give it to someone else, bro. You made enough money. You don't need to be filling up someone's spot. You should have gave it to someone else.
That's not how the world works. You made enough money. What is that? Can you ever
What
make
I'm
enough
saying
money?
is, he don't need to be the third string or fourth or on the practice team.
Why not? If they feel like that's where he needs to be, that's where he needs to be. They're going to put the best team together. They're going to have the best people on the roster. If he makes the roster, he was the best of however many people came out to make the team.
I heard
So-
I heard a lot of people on the radio this week thinking that Urban Meyer's just throwing him a bone, giving him a 1-year deal, and he'll probably get cut, but it at least helps him get closer to his pension because he wasn't in the league long enough for his NFL pension. So
Anything.
Hold on,
Yeah,
How
anything.
long was he in the league? You only need 4 years in the league for your pension. I think he was in the league longer than 4 years.
It was
I don't know.
2.375.
I don't know.
All right, we'll get back to the Tebow debacle. I'm sure there'll be more on this, and the next time we talk about it, we'll talk about how he didn't make the 53-man roster. In other news, the Oakland A's. Now let's move on. Forbes released the top 5 highest-paid athletes of 2021, and the list was topped with Conor McGregor. Let me see here. Who else do we have on this list? And I'm sorry, I should have had this prepped, but I just decided right now to go ahead and put that.
Messi.
Lionel Messi at number 2, Cristiano Ronaldo at 3, Dak Prescott at 4, and LeBron James at 5. Interesting list. Shout out to Dak. Don't forget his money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's,
Are these
that's
just
some-
salaries or is this all in?
All in, I think.
I think this is all in. I think
For the
Forbes
year,
considers
yeah.
it all.
Because McGregor's probably going to win again this year because he just sold majority of his.
Do you have the
whiskey
numbers
for $600 million?
They
Yeah,
showed
give me 1
McGregor
second.
at like 180, I think, or something like that for the year.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll have it back. Here we go. McGregor, earned 180. Oh, come on, all these 180 million. He said 158 million of it was outside of the ring.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Messi 130, Cristiano Ronaldo 120, Dak Prescott and LeBron James. Dak Prescott is 107.5, and then LeBron is 96.5.
Holy fuck, man.
And
Dump
Prescott
this shit.
set a record for the highest earning football star,
I
while
don't wanna hear
James set a
this
record
shit.
for the highest earning basketball star.
So this is bumping it. Are we happy that they're doing? Like, what's the question?
I'm dumping it. Like, yeah, like he didn't have to go this far. He just wanted to read it out anyway. So we didn't even have a chance to bump it or dump it. But I don't want to hear about rich ass motherfuckers that I ain't never going to get to. Fuck those fools. I'll watch them on TV.
I'm
Get the
bumping.
fuck out of here, LeBron.
I thought I was feeling pugnacious. Damn. Shit, man.
Well, yeah, man, you're the only one feeling puggy. Okay.
I hear you. Hey, you know what? Whatever. I mean, Bumper, you did your thing. Congratulations. You got a lot of money. I wish I was there too, but
Yeah, great job, dude.
do your thing.
Okay, that's how you sour asses are feeling
No,
this
I
morning.
really feel
All
that
right.
way. Like, that's
No. Okay. All right. Well, then,
McGregor's
let's.
gonna be it in 2021. He sold half his whiskey or majority stake of his whiskey for $600 million.
Yeah.
Oh
I love
shit.
America. It's a
It's
beautiful
it's
country.
good business savvy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good business savvy. I congratulate everybody on being able to do their thing. Shout out to Ronaldo and Messi for being 1 and 2. This is why I tell Tyson keep playing soccer. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's. I mean, it is what it is. What another man makes doesn't necessarily make or break me. It's good to see people living. But all right. Last one we'll get into this week because this one is just kind of weird. And the news broke on this yesterday. Dodgers have signed Albert Pujols. You guys here for this? I'm so confused by this.
Dump that shit.
I sound
Dump
flabbergasted
this.
because I'm so confused.
If you bump this and dump Tim Tebow, then we know where your head is. So I'm dumping this.
Yeah.
Anybody
Dump it.
bump
At
this, I don't wanna hear
least
about
Albert Pujols has
I'm
been
gonna
playing.
bump
I
it
don't.
for
Yeah, but he's
Pujols
below
to get his money, like
and
Rick said. I'm
he's
happy
making
for
$30
him.
million.
Are we paying the $30 million?
He ain't getting paid
Yeah.
$30 million.
No, that was his contract.
That was with the Angels.
right.
He got
but somebody-
cut.
No, but it doesn't matter. They still have to pay the deal out, so they're paying most of that money. If he's still under
Angels.
contract, they're paying that money.
But he wasn't under contract.
So
He
okay, so
gave up
this-
his contract with the Angels. So so now he was considered a free agent.
Yeah, but how can he give up his contract?
Listen,
Just give up. his
listen,
contract.
listen.
I think we need to look at
The
that.
Dodgers will pay Pujols only the prorated portion of the major league minimum salary for the rest of the season,
Right.
roughly
It's-
420,000, a sum that will be subtracted from the 30 million salary that is being paid to him by the Angels.
the
So we're not
Angels.
paying them that
But
much.
the
Exactly, that's what
Dodgers
I'm
ain't
saying.
paying for it.
What I don't care. What I'm saying is he's still getting his money. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but he was going to regardless.
Okay, but you bring him to the Dodgers and he's hitting below the Mendoza lines. And
But he
and
ain't.
you think he
He's
has
not
value.
he's not going to be an everyday player for the Dodgers.
I get it. So that's what I'm saying. If you're
Yeah.
bumping this and you dump Tebow, then you're conflicted. Because
Yep.
what is Pujols going to bring to the Dodgers where he's at now? If teams are willing
Well,
to just let him walk away,
pinch
then
hitter.
obviously you see where his value is.
a pinch hitter.
I just
for
want you to know one
420
thing.
grand.
Based off of his accolades, he's a Hall of Famer. So
Yeah,
we've
sure.
got that going for us.
Okay, so you guys,
And
good luck with Pujols. He stinks, and he's not even the Dodgers the rest of the season. Good luck.
no, I don't
That's
understand this move at all. I'll be honest with you. I don't get it.
I think that there's something else going on here, and I think we're not being told what's really going on with Bellinger. I think they
You think it's
signed him because they need another bat right now. So,
but
and who are you going to
okay.
get for nothing? Pennies on the dollar, basically.
You guys talk
At this
about all
point.
those guys that who could do it better than Pujols right now. Tebow, there's a bunch of guys that can do better than Pujols right now, given that he's 30.
I would agree with that.
16 or
agree with you.
20.
Okay, name them that you're going to pay $420,000 to. That
I'll go.
was
I
just
could go pull up
released.
the roster.
That was just released from their contract.
So you're telling me you don't think that there's any? I don't have the roster in front of me, so it's easy to say name them. But I'm guaranteeing you, based on the way that we argued for Tebow, that there's other guys that could do it better at $400,000 than Pujols can.
I agree with him.
Okay.
That's
From minor leagues, from
okay.
anywhere,
So
you
the
can find someone
400,000.
that can do better than him right now.
But the 400,000 is a veteran minimum, right?
Yep.
So how many veteran minimum dudes are out there?
4 years, I think, are veteran, right? Considered veteran.
Is it 4 years?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, for
I
the
think
money,
all the Dodgers were doing was looking for a big bat because that's all he's going to be. And you use him when
like
they're
he's gonna
playing
be a
an
big
American
whiff.
League team.
He's not a
which is
big bat
DH,
anymore, though.
and when you need a pinch hitter,
they
late in
better
the
put
game. That's
them
it.
big yellow bats in his hands. I just, man, I hope I'm wrong about this, but I've seen that, and I've never been so disappointed with the signing of a big name. Actually, I lied to you. When the Lakers signed Karl Malone, that was the second biggest disappointment. I was very disappointed to see Lakers sign Karl Malone.
Luda, you're a Dodger fanatic. How do you feel about it?
I'm not happy about it, but I mean, it's not that I'm not happy about it. I'm just not the move I would go.
Optimistic. You're not optimistic. It's going to help us.
But
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. I think he still has hits. I still think he's a big bat. I mean, I think he can help us.
I think we're trending in the wrong direction, man.
Then why aren't you happy about it then?
Well, because that's not the route I would have gone. If I'm going to spend money, I want to get somebody, I guess, that I want.
I don't think
And
the
I don't
Dodgers
want him.
did this just to sign Albert Pujols. That front office, obviously, they're all about statistics and all of that. They must have seen something that said, "Let's get this guy." They're not just doing it just to.
I got to see the PowerPoint. I got to see the PowerPoint because right now this
Right.
doesn't even make sense to me. I got to see it. So
Whatever.
I don't know. We'll see. You know, we will. I'm sure we will address this again, and the next time we address it, the Dodgers will be cutting out performance. All right. So
Which is a possibility.
final word time.
Which is a possibility.
Final word time. I think we said Mick has it, right? No.
Yep.
We said
Oh,
Luda.
Luda.
No, I got it.
Yeah, we were supposed to vet this out before. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Episode 54, y'all. This means that we've done this 54 times.
This wasn't
And we are
officially a
still-
shit show. This wasn't
Yeah,
an
this
official
one needs to
shit
go
show,
in the
but this
dumpster
was a
fire,
shit show.
man.
Yeah, this one does. You guys didn't come with the right vibe, but
Hey.
I'll go ahead and finish it up.
We're still live, just FYI.
I know.
Why don't you start it, Luda, and then if anybody else has anything to jump in and say, we can just kind of tag team this final word.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this is Luda, everybody in YouTube land. I'm sorry for the show, number 54, but I just want to let you guys all know I'm normally a complimenter, like want to live life to the fullest type of guys. So just to shoot out to everybody, you know, this is a Sunday. Enjoy it. It's a gloomy day, but love your family, be with your friends, enjoy each other's time like we do. Bullshit. And don't be so sensitive. You know, don't be so censored. Say what you want to say. Just don't be offensive. Okay. This is Luda with the crew, because this is how we do when we do what we do.
Hey, whether you understand that or not, you low key throwing bars. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know,
Low-key.
I just gotta spit it.
Nice job, Luda.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, with that being said, big things come up ahead. Hey, next week, Rick Rob will be over in California once again. It won't be so far south. I'll be up a little bit more northern or central with my people. So we should all be together and have a little bit something more for you from a live perspective. I don't know if it'll be Shit Show Part 3 or if it'll be something amazing. I'm either way, you know, it'll be entertaining. I promise you that. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed 54. Stay around for much, much more. Shout out to Luda and the team. We out, man.
Deuces.
Peace.